Hello yogis, welcome to Authentic Living Yoga. I'm Terry, and before we get started, we're gonna do a restorative practice. So it's helpful if you have a room nice and quiet and a comfortable place that you can practice without being disturbed. We're going to do a restorative class where we hold the postures for a significant amount of time, 10 to 15 minutes per pose, so we can get really relaxed and open up the body, open up the fascia, and get into that parasympathetic nervous system and get away from that fight and flight all day and get into more of that rest and digest type mode and relax. So we want you to have the most relaxing environment that you can have for that. I have actually a diffuser with a little light lavender. If you want some soft music, just turn it down really low, something instrumental or forest sounding, if that feels good for you. But a quiet room is also equally, if not better, if not just as good, if not better. The only thing you're going to need is to be up against a wall, have a wall space, your mat, and then some kind of blanket. I have a little Mexican blanket here, but you can get a throw off of your blanket off of your sofa or a big towel. Just then, and we're going to use it in a couple different ways. First of all, before we get going, I want to let you know that last time I did a Facebook Live video restorative class, I could not see when it was over. I can't see the comments as you're putting them up, and I couldn't see them when they were over. They were hidden and then they disappeared. So I don't know if it's something new with Facebook Live. So if you want to put comments, hopefully I'll see them. I'll know who's here. If not, if you could just later go onto my page after the class is over instead of under the video and say hello, I was here, or any questions you have, because I'm not sure once the video stops that I'll be able to read them. But when you have your blanket, you can have it folded in half like this, so you can lay your hips on it. You can fold it up again to use under your head or under your hips when we're on the wall. Sometimes people find that helpful to have the hips slightly elevated against the wall, just to kind of help give a little more release to that low back. So have that blanket handy. And then we're actually going to start and end on the wall. So on your mat here, let's go ahead. I'm going to take my blanket and I'm going to set it up against the wall just so my hips can lay on it. I've got it kind of thin, not real heavy, but you can play with that adjustment. So what we want to do is we want to come up and sit with either your left or your right hip, it doesn't matter which one, pressed up against the wall. So you're sitting sideways against your wall here. Your knees are bent. And I'm going to scoot so that my bottom is in the middle of my mat. So that's where it'll end up when I get into legs at the wall position. So just take a breath here and breathe in and feel your spine nice and tall. Exhale fully. Inhale and then exhale. Let's lower our back onto the ground with our hips still up against the wall. My knees bent here. I'm going to use my right hand for leverage, my left hand against the wall, and I'm just going to spin my legs around so that my bottom is up against the wall, and then just make whatever adjustments you want to make here, sinking your shoulders, and maybe pressing those hips down a little bit so you're nicely up against the wall here. And maybe opening the arms, maybe placing one hand on the belly, one hand across the heart, relaxing those shoulders and closing the eyes. Just begin to feel the breath as it moves in and out of the body. Finding some stillness in this posture, some heaviness to the upper torso. Committing to be on your mat for the next hour and nowhere else. And then begin to bend the knees out to the right and left, bringing the soles of the feet together as we slide the feet down to a place that is maintainable, that is not too much sensation. In Supta Baddha Konasana, this bound angle pose. In restorative yoga, we're not trying to go for sensation. We're trying to find a place that's maintainable, where the sensation is not intense. That we can sit with it in relaxation as we open the body. and calm our nervous system. So the further up your feet are, the less intense, and the more you slide them down the wall, the more intensity, sensation you may feel in the outer hips. Find that spot, and then begin to find some stillness and calm in the posture. I'm going to come out just so that I can talk to you, but stay in your Supta Baddha Konasana, because we're going to stay in this position for almost 15 minutes. So make sure that you're in a spot that you can maintain without a lot of sensation, noting that the sensation may deepen over time as you sit with the posture. I encourage you to find stillness. As you notice the breath moving in and out of the body. Feel the body deeply relaxing. Finding some stillness and ease to the mind. Restorative classes are very good for finding some healing and balance in the body, and some balance to the nervous and the immune system. So know that even though you feel like you may be passive in a pose, your body is working on healing itself and finding some ease to the nervous system as we boost our immunity and enhance our mood. Know that if you are not hearing my voice, it's because I'm giving you some time to sit in stillness and quiet. Notice the breath as it moves in. Try to make the exhales just as long as the inhales. Sometimes it's helpful to count to 4 on the inhales and 4, 3, 2, 1 on the exhales. If that counting keeps you from fully relaxing though, just let the breath be as it wants to be. We have almost 5 more minutes to go in this posture. See if there's anywhere else you can let go as we escape from the senses. The eyes relaxed. pratyahara, that withdrawal of the senses as it calms our nervous system. You notice that the hips are beginning to open as your slight gravity and the opening in the hips allows your feet to slide a little further down the wall. Let that happen naturally though, not forcing it. And remember, the goal in restorative is not intense sensation. It's being supported by this wall. Remember, the weaker we feel, the harder we lean. And the harder we lean, the stronger you become as we grow. Begin to slowly start to deepen the breath. If the inhale is bigger, pausing at the top as we feel the rise of the stomach and chest. Exhaling through the nose or the mouth as the stomach and the chest recede. Noticing how the body feels in this position after maintaining it for some time. Maybe the body feels more open now. You feel more grounded. Inhale and fill up the body. Exhale, soften. Inhale and let's slide the feet back up the wall. Pausing here with both hands on the belly now. Heels against the wall. The toes pulling slightly towards your shins. The softness in the knees. So we pause and legs up the wall. It's mild inversion, supported by the wall. So we allow the blood circulation. Move up and down the legs. Tune in and notice how those legs feel now that we have straightened them out of our Supta Baddha Konasana. that bound angle pose. Notice how they feel in this restorative legs up the wall. Just shake the legs a little bit, feeling that effect. Inhale and lift the right heel off of the wall a few inches. And then bending the knee, cross the right leg so the ankle crosses over the left thigh. Flexing the toes. Finding that figure four position and check in with your shoulders to make sure they're nice and soft and relaxed away from the ear. Maybe bringing your arms into a goal post position, your palms facing up, your elbows in line with your shoulders as we open up the heart and the chest. And then staying here, or explore sliding the left heel down the wall just until you begin to feel the opening in the outer hip in a spot that you know that you can maintain with ease for the next 10 minutes. The further the left leg is up the wall, the less sensation. The more it slides down, the more it increases the sensation in that outer hip. As I come out, I encourage you to find some stillness and softness in this pose. We stay here for about 10 minutes before we go to the other side. Where else can I let go? Where am I holding on that I can let go a little bit? Maybe 10% more that I can soften somewhere. Check that jaw. Make sure your jaw, you're not clenching your jaw or holding any tension in your face. Check in with those shoulders. If the goal post position is bringing any tension or pull in those shoulders, you can move your arms long beside your body, palms up or down, and find stillness. Maybe you could imagine sending the breath to the area that you feel the sensation. Imagine that breath traveling there and softening and bringing ease to that location of the body. Checking in and knowing that if the sensation is intense, that you can slide the left leg back up the wall to allow that sensation to back away. Tuning into your inner calm, your inner sanctuary. Just a couple more minutes in this pose. See if there's some place that you can find a little more ease. Inhaling through the nose deeply and exhaling fully. Imagine that breath softening that right hip with each inhale and it letting go a little more with each exhale. Breathing deeply. Sliding the left foot back up the wall. Slowly and gently unwinding the right leg and sliding it back up the wall to meet the left. Finding our way back to legs up the wall. Stretching our arms overhead, pointing our toes. And flexing our toes as we bring our arms back, up and over to rest on our belly. Find that softness in the shoulders. Lifting the left foot off of the wall and crossing the ankle over the right thigh, flexing the toes. Find our figure 4 on this side. Pulling those shoulders softly away from those ears. Flattening out the curvature in the neck. And then deciding whether you want to stay here or slowly begin to move the right leg down the wall. Just till you find a place of growth in the posture. Not going too far. You can bring your arms back to goal post or out to a T or slide your arms closer to your body. As we stay on this side for again about 10 minutes, bringing some side to side balance and opening to both the left and the right hip. Try not to work too hard in the postures. Restorative is the art of being, not the art of doing. Our goal is to do less. Let the body open naturally, not forcing anything. Connect to the breath. allow your mind to be as still and calm as possible. Knowing that if it wanders off, you can gently nudge it back to the tempo of your breath. Finding that inner stillness, that inner sanctuary again. Check in, scanning the body to make sure we're not holding any tightness anywhere in the forehead, the jaw, the neck. The shoulders are soft and heavy. The belly and the hips, fingers and the toes. Not holding or gripping anywhere that we don't need to be holding to maintain the posture. Notice how the breath has become more easeful as we bring calm in our practice. Your arms are in goal posts and they're starting to feel more sensation. Bring your arms closer to your body or rest your palms onto your belly. And find some stillness again. Just stay here for the last couple minutes. Just notice the breath. And notice where you're feeling sensation. Knowing that you can slide that right foot up the wall to relieve any intensity you may be feeling. Maybe inhaling and dropping the chin towards the left shoulder. Inhaling the chin back to center and exhaling the chin over towards the right shoulder. Bringing the chin back up, deepening the breath, feeling the chest rise and fall on the exhale. Sliding the right foot back up the wall, pausing and then gently unwinding the left leg and bringing it against the wall to meet the right. Allowing the toes to open to the right and left. And bringing them to touch with the heels out wider. Just allow the feet to rock back and forth here. Some gentle movements. And finding some stillness. Allow the left leg to open with the heel against the wall, open to the left. And allow the right leg to follow. Slowly lowering the legs all the way to the left. But pressing your hips up against the wall so the wall supports the back of your legs and your tailbone. Arms maybe out wide to a T. Unless that bothers your shoulders, then bring them in closer to your body. Take your gaze over your right shoulder in the supine twist. Making whatever adjustments you need to make. You can leave the legs long, or you can bend the top knee and finding whatever adjustment you need for your twist, your supine twist. Before settling into stillness, get all those last minute adjustments out. So we sit on our twist for about 10 minutes per side. So make sure that you find some comfort and ease in the pose before you come to stillness. Feeling the gentle twist in the back and the neck and the hips. But feeling support from that wall. Remembering the words to a famous song, "We are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong." and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm going to need somebody to lean on. As we use the wall as our prop to help us lean into the poses. Being careful attention that there's no pulling in your shoulders or your hips. Knowing that at any time, if the posture's just not working for you or it's too intense, you can bend both knees, or move yourself back to legs up the wall. But otherwise, we're trying to find maybe 10% more ease in the posture. Trying to find somewhere in the body where we might be holding on that we can let go just a little bit more. Tuning into that fifth limb yoga, that pratyahara, which is the withdrawal of the senses. As we work to move our body from that sympathetic nervous system, to that more parasympathetic, less worry, more nurturing. Notice how the breath feels when our body's in a little bit of a twist. And we make that breath deeper, bringing the breath to the area of the body with your mind. Just noticing if you can imagine the breath going to where you feel the sensation in the posture. And imagining that breath is easing that sensation and allowing that fascia tissue in the body to open, that shrink wrap that covers our body from head to toe. It becomes tight and dry. As we open it, it becomes more open and hydrated. A couple more minutes here. Allowing twist to open up the body and the hips and work on easing our digestive system. Releasing the low back. Bringing your gaze back up towards the ceiling. Your eyes closed or a soft gaze. If both of your legs are still straight, then bend both knees, bringing the soles of the feet up against the wall. Noticing how that feels, what that does to the posture. And then straightening the top leg, sliding that leg back up the wall. Straightening the left and sliding it back up the wall. Coming back to center and our legs up the wall here. Pointing and flexing the feet. Open the legs out wide. Inhale, exhale, bringing them back. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Feeling lengthen the legs. Exhale, opening the legs. Bringing them back. Last time. Going slow and easy. We're bringing the right leg out to the right, following it with the left until we find our legs against the wall and making whatever adjustments in our twist on this side that we need. Maybe taking our gaze over our left hand, keeping the legs straight or bending the top knee. Maybe resting your right hand on the top knee if that feels good. Or making whatever adjustments you need in the pose. Knowing that we're going to settle and find stillness. So find comfort first, find some ease. And then find some stillness. Your eyes are either soft gaze or closed, but not squeezing in them. Make them soft and relaxed, allowing that circadian rhythm to elicit some rest in the body. Maybe noticing the temperature of your body now. Oftentimes in restorative classes with these long holds, these finding such stillness, our body temperature will actually drop a little. It might be subtle, but maybe you might notice that. Sometimes it's nice to remind yourself that we're not just taking a nap in restorative yoga. We're allowing the positions to bring ease and comfort, to facilitate health and relaxation in the body, which can lower blood pressure, ease back pain and headaches, anxiety, insomnia. Balance that nervous and immune system. Your body is actually doing quite a bit. These feelings of release you feel in these long poses. It's a fascia opening, our body opening, fascia loosening up. Allowing blood and nutrients into that area of joints and muscles and ligaments. Your body can feel more open. Connect with that breath. We just have a couple minutes left. Before we move into our final posture of Shavasana. Maybe taking the gaze over to your left shoulder. Bringing the gaze over to the right. Maybe bending the knees and stacking the knees over each other. Noticing what that does in the body by changing the position of the legs. Connecting to that deep breath. With the knees bent, just bring the legs back up to the wall. We're going to move into Shavasana. You can take Shavasana with legs up the wall. Or if you prefer a more traditional Shavasana, you can move away from the wall. You may want to take your blanket that you're using and put over your body or under your head. Snuggle in there. Allow your arms to rest, whatever position is the most comfortable. And I'm going to come out, but I make whatever adjustments you might need to make in Shavasana to find complete comfort and support in the posture. Finding that stillness and that sanctuary. What is considered by most yogis to be the most important posture in yoga, Shavasana. I'm going to play the sounds of the singing bowl as you just allow your body to deepen in relaxation. You're welcome to stay here in Shavasana for as long as you like. Or if you're ready, begin to wiggle the toes and the fingers. Making very gentle movements back to the body. Maybe a gentle rock of the head from side to side. Your legs are up the wall, bending the knee, left knee, putting the left sole of the foot on the wall, bending the right knee and the right sole of the foot on the wall. Pausing in stillness here. And then gently rolling with your knees bent to one side or the other. Maybe resting your head in the crook of your arm. Taking a moment here on your side in that fetal position to remember that feeling of stillness, that sanctuary, and knowing that within you there is a stillness and a sanctuary to which you can retreat at any time. Use your hands to gently press you back up to a seated position, taking all the time you need to move slowly. And find your seat, placing your palms on your knees, pulling the crown gently elevate to the sky as you add some space in the spine. Breathing in deeply, exhaling fully out of the mouth. Feeling the shoulders soften. Returning to a normal breath. Raising the arms gently to the sky. Palms to touch. And exhaling, slowly lowering the hands all the way to your heart center. Allowing your thumbs to rest gently on your sternum. Thank you for taking your time to practice with me and to show up on your mat. To do something that maybe seems difficult, to hold these long postures, to have the patience, but knowing what we're doing is so good for our bodies. And so what we need in this busy, crazy life. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in each of you. Thank you and namaste. Thank you everybody for showing up. This will be saved on my page. You can play it back at any time you want to get a nice restorative practice in. There is a whole video library on my Authentic Living page, Facebook page, that you can play videos back anytime you want to practice, whether it's a vinyasa class or a mindful class or restorative or yin or a class for insomnia or neck. There's lots of them on there. This Wednesday, tomorrow, 5 p.m., we're going to do yoga on the river at York Park on the other side of the flood wall. Social distance yoga. It'll be a vinyasa and yin class, so yin and vin. So we'll do about a half hour of some yin class poses where we'll hold for about 2 to 3 minutes and get into that deep connective tissue. And then we'll do a bit of a gentle flow vinyasa for the last part of it. So that is completely free. It's on the river. We are taking donations, however, for Friends of Portsmouth that are optional. After tomorrow, I will give all the funds I collected through September and October on Scioto Gives Day, which I believe is Thursday. And there'll be some matching funds, which is super exciting. So whatever you do donate, there will be funds that will be matched. So that'll be the big bang for your buck. But it is completely free. You do not need to bring money. Bring a mat, beach towel, or a throw blanket tomorrow. And if you have blocks, bring them. If you don't, that's fine. I have some extras. But that should be all you need. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Oh, finally, I remember, I'm not sure I can see the comments later. So if you go back to my page when you have a check, just say hello or something. I think when I post the video, that actually deletes all my comments. So see you soon. Bye.